Okay, welcome to Fearing Fear Itself. Let's talk about fear. If I may, I'm just going to start kind of with some examples from my own life, okay? I am a consultant, and right now most of my work is as an independent contractor. I do different projects. But there was a time when I really believed that I needed to have a real job, right? That was the way you were supposed to do it. And if I didn't, it meant that I wasn't secure and I wasn't successful. I thought it was the safe thing to do as a single woman with only so many more years out left to earn money, with retirement looming and all of these different fear-based thoughts. I was making my career decisions based on that, on these limiting beliefs on what I believed. Well, as we all learned, when things slow down, big corporations lay people off. A real job is no more secure than a project-based job. When those people got laid off from the corporation, guess who the corporation hired to do some of that work? Independent project consultants, yeah. So I had this whole belief system about the way it was supposed to be. And, fear manipulates our decisions. We are ignoring these calls to go out on our own, to explore and to be something different or something more because of the way it's supposed to be. None of it's true. So we're going to take this opportunity for you to get clear on what fear-based ideas are limiting your choices and your decisions. The medical community is another example of this. Many of you know that I had a bout with cancer, and my decisions, the one thing I learned about my health and the medical choices that I have in my life right now is I committed never again to make my decisions based on fear. I make my decisions based on my commitments and my intentions, and there is a very clear difference in what I will do if my intention is to kill cancer versus get healthy. And I'm not going to tell anybody what the right thing is to do for you. It's a very individual and personal decision. But I would recommend that you get clear on what is your intent. What are you committed to? Get second opinions, do your research, take responsibility for those decisions. Not just out of fear of dying or fear of this unknown disease that you don't know how things are going to go. So one of my favorite speakers is named Carolyn Mace, and I can't remember her exact quote, but I will tell you this concept that I learned from her, where she said, every second of the day, you are in a power negotiation. The clothes that you wear, the music that you listen to, the television shows, the posts on Facebook, the conversations, the thought, all of it affects your energy. Your energy is your source of power. And so ask yourself to what extent your leisure activities, the time that you spend in your head, the things that you focus on is promoting fear or promoting your commitments and your desires. All right, it's a power negotiation. And be mindful that where you spend that time determines whether you are moving toward fear or moving toward your goals and your next level of success. So you have an assignment. You'll see your worksheet. Your assignment for this lesson is to identify what you're so freaking scared of. If you go do this, the things that you want to do, how bad could it be? What's going to happen, right? What are you really afraid of? When the story I told at the beginning about being an independent contractor, I wasn't afraid of losing my job. What I was afraid of was not being able to pay a bill, being late, and someone knowing that I was late paying my bill. My ex-husband knowing that I couldn't pay my bill. My daughters knowing that I was late with a bill. My friends knowing that I hadn't handled something properly, right? Where would I live? What if I, ran out of money and couldn't pay my rent one month? What if I had to live with my mother or my friends? Am I willing to do that? These were the fears that I was dealing with. And I'm not going to lie. As I went through it, I paid a few bills late. I had to go through some of that. But in doing so, I learned who my friends were. I built a better relationship with my family, with my kids, with my ex-husband, with my mom. And that growth was part of what my soul was desiring. It wasn't just desiring that I be in this field and doing the work that I love, although I'm really happy that I'm doing that, but doing it as this better person just is the best part, right? So don't miss out on that. It truly is the journey as much as the destination. Your soul isn't just craving for you to become this next level thing and that accomplished abundance. It's craving all of the growth that's involved in getting there. And in order to do that, you've got to be very clear about where your ego is using fear to manipulate you. We said early on that ego's goal is to keep you comfortable and to keep you safe. And that means keeping you in this box. And if your heart and your soul are calling you to something else, you're going to have to tell the ego, we're taking a chance. We're going for it. Elizabeth Gilbert is the author of Eat, Pray, Love. And here's what she said. She says, you're afraid to surrender because you're afraid to lose control. But you never really had control. You only had anxiety. What if the only thing you're going to lose by just surrendering and saying, bring it on, let's take our lessons? What if the only thing you're going to lose is a little bit of anxiety, right? But you've got everything to gain. So do your homework, do your worksheet, share with other people, either here on this forum or in your life, what you're exploring, what you're really afraid of, what limiting belief you've put in place. Is it true that this kind of job is safer than the other one? What limiting beliefs are you exploring or identifying? What fears and securities are you just really dealing with that you're gonna need to be willing to let go of and explore and step out and experience for the sake of growth? Share it with the people in your life, share it with the people in this forum, in this class, this course, and we can all grow, we can all experience from it. So take that on. I wish you well. I can't wait to see you in the next lesson on obligation.